In today's news, not a single Virgin Islander applied for the now-filled Managing Director position at the BVI Airports Authority, says Premier Fahie.
Road project continues at the Fish Bay area. Motorists are asked to exercise patience.
And 7 local athletes from Sprint Tech BVI will be competing in Boston over the next 2 days.
And over the weekend, a vaccination drive continues. Minister for Health makes appeals to the general public.
And 12 mariners received STCW certification from the HLSCC Community College, and Maritime program also welcomes new instructor. But we get to these and more stories when 284 News return.
Live stream cable TV is here with CCT Live. Access over 80 channels that you can watch either at home or when you're on the go. And don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Rewind and watch in your own time. Come to CCT today and ask about our 1-month free trial offer. CCT Live. Bring it home.
Welcome everyone. It's Friday, January 28th, 2022. I'm Kamal Haynes.
And I'm Ron Grant. We're coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A fantastic Friday to each and every one of you. Touching on some major headlines, NHI is under financial distress, says the Deputy Director. Social Security Board really racks up some near in $15 million debt, and local charter company Marine Max celebrates with a rebound of a 10th anniversary. And Cuban Health Barrage helped really mask the staff shortages, says Health Minister. In addition to that, the government hosts a prayer breakfast on leadership, and Complaints Commission face issues addressing complaints last year.
Well, viewers, moving on to our first story, where more than 60 applications were submitted for the now-filled Managing Director position at the BVI Airports Authority, but none of the applicants were Virgin Islanders. Well, this was revealed by the Premier and Minister of Finance, Fahie, who made a disclosure in response to a question posed by the media at a press conference today, Friday, January 28th. But the response comes after concerns emerged following the announcement that the top position at the BVI Airports Authority was filled by a non-local. In responding to the question, Premier Fahie said he did his research on the matter, as the BVI Airports Authority is a statutory body, and he wanted to ensure he had all the facts. Well, he said the information revealed that 60 persons from all over the world, including as far as Afghanistan, applied for the position, but none were Virgin Islanders. Well, he also revealed that the Airports Authorities Council International played a pivotal role in selecting a successful candidate, but for the position, as the chosen individual had to be certified by the international body to qualify for the role. Take a listen.
I make sure that I ask them for all the information, and with it, they informed me very clearly that ASI it was involved in it, but they also told me in terms of the persons that applied. I want to get that there for you so that I can be very clear with the information that I'm going to give you here, Mr. Lewis. When I asked them, they told me over 60 persons applied for the position of the BVI Airports Authority CEO. Of course, with over 60 persons that applied, they had persons as far as Afghanistan that applied. No person from the Virgin Islands applied for that position. None. No one from the Virgin Islands applied. That is the information that I received from the BVI Airports Authority. ASI, which is the Air Safety Support International, is charged with the oversight of civil aviation safety regulation with the UK's overseas territories. And it was also advertised on their website. And with that now, they went through all the applications as he helped to vet them, because it wasn't only done by the board as persons are saying. It was mainly dealt with by ASI with the number of applications, because they also have to certify and regulate the airport. So they were looking for certain things in the applicants. But it's hard to place a Virgin Islander in a position if none applied.
Well, the Premier also said that it is virtually impossible to fight for a local to fill a position if they did not even apply in the first place.
The perception that have been placed out there is one that we brought a St. Lucian, let's call it how it is, nothing against people from St. Lucia, but this is what they have on the streets. and trying to make the government sound like it's not looking out for the people of the Virgin Islands. But no one from the Virgin Islands applied. And if no one applied, how could you put someone there if they didn't apply? You would be sitting down here at the Beacon Hall and you saying, well, no one applied, and you put a Virgin Islander in the post. Where's the transparency? Where's the accountability? Where's the due process? Now none of them applied, and 60 persons applied that were not from the Virgin Islands reaction. How come no one from the Virgin Islands is there? It's like you can't win in some of these cases, but you only could stay consistent with what's accountable and transparent.
But the Premier also said that there is a capacity building responsibility attached to the present Managing Director's 4-year contract, where he will be involved in training persons to follow in his footsteps when his time at the BVI Airports Authority comes to an end. But the leader of government business says it is his hope that a Virgin Islander applies for the Managing Director role when that time comes.
MD there has, I think it's a 4-year contract with the view of training persons and bringing persons along. So when that time is up, that a Virgin Islander can take the post of MD at the BVI Airports Authority. So I really and truly, unless the information that I've been provided, which is incorrect, which I doubt it is, that is just how it went down. So next time we'll ask our people from the Virgin Islands to apply, and then we can consider. But I was shocked when I heard that no Virgin Islander applied, because I know it was advertised.
Well, viewers, the BVI Airports Authority announced on Tuesday, January 25th, that St. Lucia native Kurt Minal was the new Managing Director of the BVI Airports Authority. Well, Minal is said to have more than 25 years of experience in the aviation industry, with his most recent role being the former Deputy General Manager at the Airports Authority in Trinidad and Tobago. Around here, some back and forth between somewhat of the public's opinion and the Premier, basically just clarifying that it's not a position that his government is not trying to find local people in these top positions. It's just a situation in this particular instance where there was no local that applied for that position in the more than 60 applications that would have been sent through for that open position.
Kamal, the issue did arise in my interview, a recent interview conducted with the Labor Minister, and he expressed how disappointed and rather frustrated he was upon hearing that a non-local had filled the position. But in my questioning to him, it's pretty much something that the Premier brought up as well, succession planning. Of course, in some instances, you may have a individual from the outside filling that position, but in all the years and training, what is the succession planning for locals to, in the final analysis, be able at some point to then take up these roles? And the Premier alluded to that. So we continue to pay keen attention as it pertains to some of the key positions that really make up statutory bodies and as well as the government system.
Indeed.
Viewers, continuing on in a continuing effort, its program to upgrade the territory's roads, the government of the Virgin Islands has resumed works on the Fish Bay Road project. Minor traffic, of course, disruptions are expected over the course of the works, and the 2-lane traffic along the Blackburn Highway in the vicinity of the works will be maintained without compromising safety. Now, officials say access to businesses within the project area will also be maintained. Traffic wardens have been placed on site during working hours to direct the traffic and ensure the safe monitoring and safety of motorists and pedestrians. Motorists are advised to approach the area with extreme caution and, if possible, use the Ridge Road to access Road Town and East End for ease of traffic congestion within the area. Now, demolition activities have started on a box drain along the section of road starting at the base of the hill next to Seoul gas station, continuing on to the Skelton Bay lot. Now, works have also commenced on the retaining wall structure near the entrance of the Clarence Thomas Limited entrance. For current updates, of course, on this project, the RDA is managing that area, and the government's social media page, they continue to keep persons updated via that. Motorists are again asked to exercise patience during this time, as well as cooperation and extensive roadworks repairs, not only in this area, but they are expected to continue across the territory of the Virgin Islands as well. Viewers, up next, 7 local athletes from Sprint Tech BVI will be competing in Boston over the next 2 days, and the Virgin Islands community is rallying behind them with much support, and the weekend vaccine drive continues. The Honorable Health Minister appeals to the general public. All this and so much more after a word from our sponsors. You're watching 284 News. Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, local track and field club Sprint Tech BVI has sent 7 of their athletes to the United States to compete at the Boston University John Thomas Terrier Classic, which concludes tomorrow, Saturday, January 29th. Well, the Classic is an indoor event for under 20 male and female athletes and commenced today, Friday, January 28th. Well, the team includes Ariel Magloire, Araya Smith, Amaya Todman, Kenyatta Grat, Akrisa Aristi, Wanya Bell, and Jamari Dehaney. But 284 News spoke to president and coach of the club, Mr. Ralston Henry. Well, he said that the event is one of the club's usually regular attended event, which is attended on an annual basis, but the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic prevented such from occurring over the last 2 years. Well, Henry added that the event is vital as it assists in preparing the athletes for upcoming competitions such as the Carifta Games and the World Junior Games. Take a listen.
At a track meet in Boston. This is a regular indoor meet that we usually attend. It's our preparation leading up for Carifta Games, the World Juniors. Some of them would see if they could qualify for World Indoors. I know one of them, Akrisa USD, she's trying to see where she's at so that when she goes back in 2 weeks, she can get a qualify for World Indoors. We have Ariel McGlaw. She'll be competing in the 60-meter, 200-meter. The 60-meter will be on the first, which is today. The Aria Smith will compete the 60-meter and the 200. And Mia Padman should be competing in the 60-meter and the 200. Kenyatta Great will be competing in the 400 and the 200. Krista USC will be competing in the 200 and the 500. Wanya Bell will be competing in the 400 and the 200. And Jamari Duhaney will be competing in the 500 and the 200.
President Henry also spoke to some of the individual goals the athletes intend to achieve at the event.
When I look at individual, Abriel, Aria, and Mia, those 3 girls, they are more of the sprinters. They are preparing to see how close, where they are of getting their qualifying for World Juniors, which is going to be in Cali, Colombia. So the 60-meter, the 200, it would tell, the 200 could tell directly where you are. The 60-meter going to give you a projection of where you're going to be. So they have some good goals of where they should be. They should have some pretty good times. Hopefully the nerves don't get the best of them. When I look at Kenyatta, the same thing. She's trying to get ready for the 200 and the 400 for Carifta Games, World and World Juniors. Again, at Krista USC. Now she's trying to see where she's going to be if she can qualify for the 200 and the 400 at World Indoors in Serbia. So she wouldn't do the 400 this weekend, but she'll do the 500. I will give her a mark to see where she's going to be at and come back, because she'll be back there in 2 weeks. A couple of them will go back in 2 weeks to run at a different meet, but the same place. And Wanye Bell. Wanye is, I think he's special. I'm looking to see if he's gonna run 20 points in the 200. If he runs 20 points, it's game on. If he runs 21 points in the 2, it's still game on, because when you do the conversion, he's gonna be at 20 points where he needs to be. And Jamari Duhaney, he is preparing for the 400 hurdles. He's a 400 hurdler. So he has the 400, 500, which is working on his endurance, and the 200 is working on his speed. So they should give us some pretty good times out of it.
Well, we here at 284 Media wish all the athletes the absolute best in their respective events. And Ron, I would like to add, it's very commendable to see what's being done at the local level in terms of a track level regarding a club level. to see persons in that, club, taking the initiative. It's COVID times, but we still have to ensure that our athletes are ready for some of the upcoming international events, and we are going to continue to put our funds and probably the sponsors' funds in the needed avenues, in the needed direction, basically to help get these athletes over there in Boston to compete at the highest level. And it's very commendable to see what is being done at the club level to ensure that these athletes continue to aspire and continue to go after their dreams.
Kamal, I totally agree with you. And again, many of these students have been doing tremendous work for a very long time. But I want to say kudos to the coach, Sir Ralston Henry. Him and a number of other coaches in the Virgin Islands continue to really push these athletes to be their best. They serve as an immense support team to them. We wish them the safety in going out and really representing the Virgin Islands and becoming better at their craft. Viewers, the Ministry of Health is informing the public that through the BVI Health Services Authority, yet another weekend drive-through vaccination program will be conducted on the Festival Village grounds from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, the 29th, and Sunday, the 30th of January, 2022. Now, vaccines being administered are, as usual, the AstraZeneca vaccine and the Pfizer AstraZeneca vaccine 18 years and over, and Pfizer 12 years and older. Vaccines will be available for the first, second, and boosters or third doses. Now, in a message to residents, Minister for Health and Social Development, the Honorable Carvin Malone said, and I quote, "Bring a family member, bring a friend, bring one, bring all. Please take advantage of this drive-through program." Now, Minister Malone also took the time to thank volunteers for their service in ensuring the success of the vaccine program while in a live press conference with myself held yesterday. He also gave updated statistics to date. Some 3,015, which is about 10% of the population, have received their third dose of the booster shot, while 17,236, which is about 57.5%, of persons are fully vaccinated, with 3,000 of those fully vaccinated persons having had their third dose or a booster. Kamal, another effort by the government of the Virgin Islands to make sure that persons who wish to be vaccinated can do so, and that will be done by way of the drive-through vaccine drive taking place this weekend.
I mean, ultimately, Ron, the government continues to push vaccination, of course, because according to them, the only known medical way of actually helping with the COVID situation is by being vaccinated, and then once you're vaccinated, getting that booster. And as Minister Malone would have said on numerous occasions, there are many countries or many territories that are as fortunate as the BVI when it comes to at least having access to those vaccines. I'm sure there are other countries right now that are still trying to source and procure vaccines and are unable to do so, and we have it at our disposal, and at the point of even having two types. We have the AstraZeneca and the Pfizer. So I mean, the government is ultimately doing what's needed to be done from the medical and the data perspective, basically to help curb the situation here in the BVI. And we would have seen in 2020 and 2021, we were basically talked about on numerous occasions because of how we managed the whole government managed the COVID situation here in the BVI, and I'm sure that's obviously the goal, to continue to push vaccination, continue to set up initiatives basically to help persons come forward, and that is ultimately what we're seeing here being done. Would have seen cases up to a few weeks ago surpassing 1,000 now. They're under 400 and continuously declining, and that ultimately has vaccination has a huge role and huge part to actually play in terms of the declining numbers. And despite we did have a few deaths this year, we would have seen 7 for the year so far. Yeah. It's still a very small number compared to what we're seeing in some of the other places in the Caribbean.
Well, one death is too much, but one of the things that we look at closely when we analyze the situation is that the percentage and the number of persons who have already taken their both first and second doses, the number of persons taking the third dose is extremely high. So we're wondering exactly, what is perhaps preventing persons from taking that third dose. And when you speak to persons and residents across the community, again, many of them who had already taken the second dose don't seem as yet interested in the third dose.
Well, yes, as you said, the third dose numbers, as you said,
are very
low. That 3,000 from that 15,000 is a very minute figure, yes. Obviously. I'm not sure if it's a situation where the persons are just contented with just being fully vaccinated and probably just not feeling the need or the urge to get that booster, but I'm sure or it could be a situation to where persons are now fully vaccinated 2 months, 3 months in, probably waiting to the 6-month mark, then
That's
to then
possible.
get the third vaccination, the third vaccine, which obviously would be the booster. Who knows? But ultimately, more needs to be done to continue to ensure that we reach that herd immunity level and that we are protected here, at least in the British Virgin Islands. Well, viewers, up next, Forge to host Weekend Entrepreneurs on Fire Expo. And 12 mariners receive STCW certification from the HLSCC Community College, where the Maritime program also welcomes new instructor. Well, we get to these stories when 284 News return.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new season of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and, bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. This season, I'm taking you on an entirely different journey, from chefs to dancers, philanthropists, communications specialists, and much more. I'm heading outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Bojangara, Jackson Lake, not forgetting Anigata. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing, and I'm so proud. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redirect. We are the movers and shakers of this generation, and we ain't afraid to show it. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 3 by yours truly, Ron Grant, raising a generation of greatness.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Viewers, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Forge Business Center BVI will be hosting yet another Entrepreneur Business Expo. Now, the Business Expo takes place on Saturday, February 5th, 2022 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Forge Parkwood Pond and 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Arno Malone Complex. Now, event sponsors are CCT, Right Way Food Markets, Infinite Solutions, Ogier, Bobby's Marketplace, and MWM Wealth Management. Minister for Health and Social Development, the Honorable Carvin Malone, took time to extend a personal invitation to the general public through social media. Malone said, and I quote, "I am extending a personal invitation for you to support and encourage BVI entrepreneurs by attending the Entrepreneurs on Fire Expo on February 5th, 2022. Your presence and support will give them a hand up as a climb up out of impact of COVID-19 on their businesses." Now, viewers, Forge BVI is an entrepreneurial tribe here in the Virgin Islands to help individuals, they say, fan their spark of inspiration into a successful career flame. They are equipped with all of the resources business owners need for each step of their journey. Whether you've got a fresh idea that needs to be fleshed out, or you've been running your small business for several years and are ready to take it to the next level, the Forge Network says it's ready and willing to help individuals fuel their passion. Forge BVI says it's all about the entrepreneur with big dreams. The tight-knit Forge community has the potential to thrive on the success of local businesses, and they are determined to do their part in improving the economy of the BVI and making it a place where everyone has a chance to succeed. Their motto is, "When you win, we win, and when we all win, the country flourishes." Forge BVI provides training and access to information for every aspect of an entrepreneurial journey, to include financial, legal, marketing, and sales. Additional services include premium Forge dictionary listing, access to Forge mentoring services and business financing, access to Forge's co-working lounge spaces at the Tortola Pier Park and Parkwood Pond area, eligibility to display products for sale at Forge partner businesses, and complimentary high-speed internet access, personal desk, and access to high-speed internet. That is the Forge Entrepreneurs on Fire. That's Saturday, February 5th.
Indeed, Ron, and I do hope that a lot of persons, a lot of young entrepreneurs here in the BVA, because we do have a lot here in the BVA.
Yes,
I hope
we do.
they do come out and learn a few of the pointers that could help propel their business to the next level. Well, viewers, moving on, where 12 individuals within the BVI maritime industry were recently awarded certificates from the HLSCC Community College following the completion of the college's first Standards of Training Certification Watchkeeping Basic Safety Training Certification course of 2022. But this was confirmed by the college in a media release on Wednesday, January 26th, which announced the relaunch of the course. But it said the course, which spans 1 week, was conducted in person at the Center for Applied Marine Studies after all 12 persons and tutors were tested for COVID-19 prior to the commencement of the classes. But speaking on the importance of the course was HLSCC's Maritime Program Manager, Captain Martin Cherry, who said, and I quote, "Well, STCW has helped establish accepted safety standards of training and certification for all seafarers." He added that the certification helps to ensure that a lateral standard of training is achieved across all countries of the world. But STCW is part of a worldwide convention that was created to promote safety of life and property at sea and to protect the marine environment. It is also a mandatory requirement for all mariners working on commercially licensed vessels in the British Virgin Islands. Well, viewers, the college also announced that their maritime program welcomed new instructor Tony Barwell earlier this month. Well, it said, and I quote, "Mr. Barwell, who holds an unlimited master license and previously worked for Princess Cruise Lines and Seabourn Cruise Lines, has on-deck work experience, including extensive crew and cadet training and safety compliance. Mr. Barwell will work with the HLSCC Maritime Program to help expand and improve the college's maritime training offerings," end quote. Well, Dean of Workforce Training, Mrs. Marvel Wheatley Dawson, expressed her excitement in welcoming Barwell to the team. Head of Marine and Maritime Studies, Mrs. Susan Zalewski, added that the additional maritime instructor meant that the department could look to offer separate additional STCW courses for those only needing refreshers soon. But the college said that STCW is currently offered monthly and adds that persons wishing to register for the course should contact 852-7167 via WhatsApp or fill out the online form at Maritime Training found online at https://workforce-training division/maritime-dot. Period. Ron, this obviously is a great opportunity. We would have seen somewhat of a spark in terms of interest when we would have made published this story on behalf of the college, where a lot of persons seemed like as though they were awaiting the recommencement of this program. According to the press release, what it did say is that this particular certification is needed for all licensed seafarers and those persons operating in the BVI. And we would have seen an influx of persons coming into the territory since the advent of COVID. And obviously, with this course on pause, they probably were just anticipating the recommencement of this program. So I assume that that's why it would have sparked so much interest among persons who would have been basically awaiting and welcoming the recommencement of this program.
Well, in addition to that, Kamal, of course, the marine life and industry is one of huge importance to the BVI. Many persons work and make a living within that industry, so I can understand why they would be excited. And we do want to commend the HLSCC Community College for yet again bringing very relevant programming to the residents of the British Virgin Islands. Viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com, and of course like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. A happy Friday to each and every one of you. Have a beautiful weekend. I'm Ron Grant.
And viewers, I'm Kamal Hayes, and as my colleague said, have a great, safe weekend.
Bye-bye.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.